right, here's that beautiful front spoked wheel and hub. Beautiful, beautiful. Gold anodized stainless steel spokes. All right, this one already has the foam installed on it here. You can see it's already done. It was done from the factory. The other one just had it in the bag. I should clean this one really quickly with some alcohol in the grooves that the tire sits in. All right, so we're just going to go all the way around, wiping that groove, and we'll do the tire as well. There was not much on the rag, I can't really see, but any residue you don't want on there. You just want them nice and clean. So don't touch them with your dirty hands too much after, or your hands will get on there, and that's just as bad as any other contaminant. So we'll clean that, let that sit. We're going to get this foam popped out. Give this one a quick wipe. Just on where that tire sits on that rim. And it's going to glue down. Once to twice around should do it. Flip the tire over. Clean part of the rag. Get the next side. Here's the tire. Tread pattern goes forward. This is the side that the disc is on. So we want to pop it on this way so our tires are all the same. Almost thought I put the back one on improperly. I just had it flipped around. And now the front tire and the rear tire have a different rim style where they hold on. This one doesn't have a groove. It's just like an L, like it's angled. So there's no upside. It's not actually a groove. It's just a ledge. So the front tire, in all reality, should be a lot easier to get on and glued in place than the rear tire, which you have to get into that little groove. This one, once you get it in place, it really sits smoothly. You just want to make sure that your foam is not stuck behind the tire, in between the tire and the rim on the edge here, right? You want to make sure it's back and not stuck in there, because it won't sit smooth, your tire. It'll be stuffed out a bit and it'll look improper and probably make it wobble a bit and stuff. So before I glue this, I'll do what I did to the other one. Oh, and I also want to give you guys a weight. Sorry, I put the tire on already, but I am going to tell you the weight of this. So just the rim, without the tire on there, just the rim, how it comes from VITAVON, you're looking at the front spoked wheel is 212.3 grams. So it's a little lighter than the rear, about 21.7 grams lighter the front rim is than the rear. So anyway, we'll move on. I'm just making sure this tire is good all the way around. I'm going to put it on this screwdriver, give it a spin, make sure it looks nice and true. It does. It looks great. Okay, so like I said, pretty straightforward. You can probably just pull it up, put some glue in, and put the wheel back down in place. I did probably add a little too much glue there, but this is my first time doing this type of wheel and rim, so I didn't know how much to put in there. So a little less glue than I used that time. So same thing, just pull it back a bit of glue. I like to do it on the tire itself, so that way when you push it in there, it sits against the rim, the tire, with the glue on it, and not just put it on the rim. So peel it back, a little bit of glue on the tire edge, and push it down in place. I really do like this applicator that Proline has come up with, this little tip on there. It works great. And just work it all the way around. Don't be in a rush. You'll get a better job if you just take your time. I might take a bit of a break between sides because I'm finishing this front wheel a lot quicker than I did the rear wheel. I might take a little bit of a break and let the glue dry on this side before I go and do the other side, because I don't want to glue my fingers on, and I don't want to mess up where the glue and the tire is sitting on this side before it's really dried properly. So I'll take a little bit of a break and I will open up those brake discs and we can have a look at those. We're going to let that side dry for a couple of minutes here. All right, so we've got the front brake disc here for the Promoto MX. And the part number on this package is PROMO60. And that says silver, but it's stainless steel, so it's just actually stainless steel. We'll pop it out of there. Nice looking unit. This is my second one. I have another one on my other VITAVON front mag wheel. I think what we're going to do is give it a bit of wipe with alcohol, just to wipe any contaminants off of there from the factory. All right, that looks nice. Let's flip this tire around. We still got to glue this side here, but we can have a look at this. Oh yeah, that's going to look nice on there. All right, I got to take off my front wheel off the bike so we can put this on. So why don't we put this wheel aside? Okay, well here, actually let's check out this back disc brake while we're here. I think I already opened this package. So here's the rear disc brake, stainless steel, like I said, replaces the stock plastic low-C component. All right, we've got that tire all glued on the other side. I didn't take the time to show you guys that, gluing this other side on. I thought we took enough time doing that earlier, so I popped off all the screws out of my front wheel and the disc here. Took all the screws out of that so I could use it for this one. I just ended up ordering off eBay, I think it was a dozen stainless steel screws. They're like this right here, you can see that. I ordered a dozen of these, but they're in stainless steel because I didn't have enough of these to go around for all the wheels I had, so I need to order some more. They'll be in a week or two here, week and a half or something like that. So we're just going to put these on here, the ones I did have. I had 3 stock ones for this, stock low-C screws, and then I also have 3 Traxxas, they're shock screws for the upper shocks on a Traxxas 10th scale. Vehicle, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, things like that. That's these screws here. They're collared ones. I just didn't have enough of the low-C ones, so these ones work fine. I've been using them since I got the other VITAVON wheel. I had to come up with some screws, so I figured that those Traxxas ones work good in a pinch. They're a little smaller, the collar on them, than the low-C ones, but because of that, they actually make the disc float even nicer and have a bit more slop. I'll show you guys when I'm completely done here, but I don't mind how they fit. Actually, they don't look as nice because they're a Phillips head. These are old Traxxas style when they used to use Phillips. Now they use Allens, but we're gonna get this put on nonetheless, and when I get those new stainless steel ones in, I'll replace them, because those stainless steel ones are going to look nice with this stainless steel rotor. Oh, I just noticed these screws are too long. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put them on here, but I'm actually going to shorten them for this, because I don't think you guys can see that. I'll just stick my wrench in here. The screws are tightening up, but the threads are bottoming out on the actual wheel here on the hub. So the screws have to be shortened, or the hub has to be modified. Maybe you can see on this side here. If I get it in a bit closer, you can see the screws are right there and they're hitting the hub. Okay, so we're gonna have to shorten some screws. I could put them in for the time being, and when the stainless steel ones come, I will modify the stainless steel ones to be shorter, and that will take care of the issue. Alright, so we're gonna just use these for now, get this thing all together. Not stopping me from using them, but it's definitely not how I want it to be. And I don't want to over tighten them and wreck the anodizing on the rim, on the hub, sorry. So I'm just going to tighten them down for now, snug them down. It can be used. And I'm obviously using Loctite so they won't back out. But I'll have to definitely deal with that, because it's not up to my standards of perfectness. But it'll be alright. I just don't want to over tighten them and mar up my nice hub. Wear off the anodizing. So we'll just tighten that down a bit. And that should be good there. I just got one more screw to put in. And this wheel is ready to mount. It's going to look great. I'm so stoked on this. And I'm glad I ordered those stainless steel ones off eBay. Oh, and it was stainless steel, 12 of them. They were unbranded stainless steel screws, 12 of them for $20 Canadian. That is shipping included. I think after I used my PayPal, it came out to $20.80 or something like that. But okay, there we are. She's all on. We're going to get it put on the bike here. Just one second. Don't forget to always lube up your shaft. I use SDRC lube tubes, easy bearing lube. I use that for my bearings, and I also use it for oiling all sorts of stuff. Oiling, greasing, whatever. Gears, bearings, shafts, you name it. Stuff works on everything. Little bit goes a long way. It's going to be all good. Okay, so let's get that baby put in there. I did have this wheel on, sitting in place still. Slide that through. Come on, get in your home. There we go. Bit of Loctite with the nut here. Sorry, do this on screen. A little bit of Loctite in there so our axle don't come loose. Bam, where's the... Alright. Get this started. Oh, that looks slick on there. Looks real slick. And don't over tighten these axles, because they're only a M3 screw in the threads here. Don't over tighten them, because one of my crew, Mike Funk, who is super good mechanic and stuff, he just barely over tightened his, and he broke the axle, sheared it off right at the nut there. So don't over tighten those, or you'll be hating it and you'll have to buy a new axle, and that sucks. All right, I've got that front wheel all mounted on there. Street tire, nice, looks good. Spin it. A little bit of drag with that disc. That disc in those pads, but about the same amount as the stock one. And it's nice and true. Let me turn the bike a bit here. Spin this here. It's nice and true. It's spinning perfectly smooth. You can see that it's nice. Great quality. Great quality. So let's get this back wheel taken off, and we'll get that back wheel mounted on there. All right, before I mount this back wheel, I'm going to put the new stainless disc on there. I took out all the screws that were included in the hub. Here's the screws for the disc. I just took them out, so you didn't have to watch that. Get this put on. Fits perfect. Get our Loctite. Make sure you always Loctite your screws that are going into metal screws, going into aluminum. Always Loctite them. Looks great. All right, let's get that baby put on there. What else? Oh, we need to take the other wheel off so we can get that sprocket off. So let's do that. All right, I've taken out the included screws that come with the wheel for the sprocket here. Got the sprocket off my other wheel. We'll get that all put on. Looks like she'll fit perfectly. Looks nice. I've got all the screws already Loctited here. Well, started being Loctited. So that's looking good. All right, let's get this put back onto the bike here, and we'll show you what it's like then. So here is what I forgot to install. You have to take it out of your stock wheel, and this is the bearing axle spacer. So you got to take your new wheel, your VITAVON wheel. Hold on, I got to move this camera back a bit. You got to take the VITAVON wheel and remove one of your bearings out of one side. Put this into the other bearing, put it inside the hub, into the one bearing. I'll maybe add a bit of lubricant to that, so that when we put that through our bearing, it's nice and lubricated in the bearing. Bearing goes in and pushes in. So that's how she goes. So let's get that installed. All right, we'll slide this axle in like thusly. And there goes my garbage can. Kick the bucket. All right, we'll just wipe off that threads there. Make sure there's no oil or any contaminants on our threads before we add some Loctite to that. All right, got our nylock nut. Put that on. Got our driver. This is going to look real good, real good. Now this back axle, you can tighten up a bit more than the front one because it's a larger threads, but don't overdo it. You don't need to snap your axle. All right, guys, we've got these wheels, the VITAVON spoked wheels, all installed. The super motard tires, they're looking pretty slick. I'm loving the look of those. A lot better than the stock plastic ones, I tell you that. Almost uncomparable. I am really stoked on this. I can't wait to get it out and do some testing. Tell me what you guys think. Everything seemed to go fine. Yeah, everything looks great. Tires fit onto the rims great. The rims fit into the bike awesome. Looks amazing. Wow, did that ever class out my Promoto? That new disc over there. Nice. Yeah, I'm nothing but stoked. I'm going to have to stop this video because my camera is going to run out of battery. But we'll be back with more videos and more hop-ups from VITAVON and SDRC, Screaming Demons RC. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked that video, give me a thumbs up. Leave me some comments. If you're not subscribed already, hit that bell and subscribe for me, man. I really appreciate all that. It helps the channel, brings us more content, and brings more reviews and better stuff for everybody. So thanks again. If I don't talk to you before Christmas, Merry Christmas to everybody, and have a good night. Screaming Demons RC, SDRC, we're out.